Hello, all right. Welcome back dito sa latest episode ng FYI, Voter Education Post-Election. Yun pong peg natin today. And accordingly, kasama po natin si Dean G, ang tawag ko sa kanya. Dean G, at saka si Prof. Cleve. Yan, para pag-usapan natin yung pinapanood natin kanina. Let's get the ball rolling. Dean G, I'll start with you, Dean Gary. In fairness, Cheese made well. I think he did pretty well. I mean, if you were to argue for the lack of a better term, a trapo argument, I think he pretty much substantiated why it had to be delayed. Just to summarize, basically, ang point ni Cheese is there's a logic to why umabot tayo sa ganitong panahon, the delay, supposed delay, and then he went back to the idea na forthwith doesn't mean immediate. It means, under the circumstances, you make it as fast as possible. He also made it clear na mukhang hindi ito matapos ngayon because technically speaking, it's gonna be a 15-day run, in prosecution, defense. So talaga pupunta ito sa next Congress. And then interestingly, he'll also, kick the can down the road by saying it ultimately up to the Supreme Court to decide. So lahat tayo pwede tayo mag-abogado or mag-feeling magaling, but let the Supreme Court decide what forthwith means and also the constitutionality, what's happening. Anyway, I want to start with the Dean G. Um, what do you think? I mean, considering how difficult the situation inside the Senate is, very fluid yung alignments, realignments, very dramatic, if not tragic, what happened to Mig Zubiri. Hindi ba parang logical yung ginagawa ni Jesus Cordero? Let me just make an unpopular opinion. Shouldn't we actually sympathize or empathize with Cheese?
Well, hindi ba ako na-surprise masyado dun sa ginawa ni SP Chis Escudero, no? In fact, if you go back in 2001 during the era of impeachment, uh, Chis I think, was part of what we call then the Spice Boys, no? Kasama niya ata dyan, if not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, gumatagal na yan, 24 years ago. I think Mig Sigviri was there, si Andaya, tsaka si Mike Defensor, etc. No? And as part of the Spice Boys, if you will notice, no, he's also making a case, no, to delay yung the impeachment, no, sa House at that time. And of course, no, creating the statement to justify na bakit kailangan hindi matuloy yung impeachment ng panahon ni Erap Estrada. So I think ngayon nasa perhaps na-improve yung sitwasyon ni Senator Cheese, no? Because at that time he was the congressman from Sorsogon. Now he's the Senate President. So he has now more gravitas and also, of course, very powerful ang Senate President, no? As what he did, no? In these past few days. So hindi yan surprising, no? Kaya pero ako, syempre yung ordinaryong mamamayan and of course from the academic point of view, we'll see that it caused a lot of delays. At the end of the day, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin ang argument na sinasabi niya na because it was House delayed it first, no, for 4 months, for 2 months. Tapos ngayon, minamadali sila, this was referred last February and it was now what? June. So, 4 months na nasa bola niya, nasa home court niya, kumbaga. No? Kaya, kumbaga sa basketball to, uh, either you are called for a delaying the game, no, or 3-second violations. Ang worst nito sa basketball, mata-thrown out ka na matabat ka na ma-thrown out. Kasi ang dami mo ng series of violations na ginawa and excuses as well. So this is my primary concern, no? As Senate President, you should be what? In the first place, the person responsible to uphold the Constitution, particularly on the issue of impeachment. Sinasabi, yung salitang forthwith, agad-agad, no? Uh, Ilang beses lang, for a time, narinig ko, ginamit niya yan eh. Pero in a different context. Pero ngayon, mukhang ini-interpret niya separately yung meaning ng forthwith. So this is really something very cause an alarm to all of us. So kaya importante talaga na ngayon pa lang ay dapat nang masimulan ang impeachment trial through pag-convene ng impeachment court. So they really have to take an oath. Sana ngayong gabi. Right now we are discussing this very important topic. As in now, the time is now not tomorrow, not on Wednesday, but now.
The time is now. I think that's a very good segue. I want to ask you, Cleve, because you come here not only as a political scientist, but also as someone involved with one of the major survey agencies nowadays. Speaking of double R numero, you had a survey on the impeachment issue that showed that super majority ng mga Pilipino, at least gusto nila magkaroon ng trial. No one is talking about conviction or not yet, right? We're just talking about trial here. But it's not like wala tayong nakita during the Quadcom hearings month after month. But having said that, for everything I said about Cheese executing the argument from his standpoint in the best way possible. Obviously, napikon siya and he's feeling the pressure. He's feeling the heat. He had more to say against those pushing for the impeachment than basically Tim Piatos, for the lack of better term. Do you think, Cleve, your survey may have contributed to that? No, no, but your survey is not alone, diba? Okta is gonna come up with one soon. I think they're gonna release it as we speak. SWS also had that the other week. So all of these major survey agencies are showing na ito yung hiling ng taong bayan.
Yes, right, no, Richard, because as you've mentioned, WR Numero is not alone in this. No, we were the first one, first week ng April yung results namin, and it shows that 90% ng ating mga kababayan, grabe, overwhelming majority talaga yon. They want to see the impeachment trial, no? In fact, the question that we asked was whether they want to see the trial or dapat ba mag-resign na lang si VP Sara before the impeachment trial convenes, no? Kasi at that point medyo usap-usapan pa yan, 'di ba? Dapat ba mag-resign na lang si VP Sara. And then after that, and Okta, our friends in Okta just released it today, no? Last week naman yan ng April, no, week 4, showing 78%. So if sa amin 9 out of 10, sa kanila 8 out of 10. So ano pa din, 'di ba? Overwhelming majority pa din. It's not really far. And the way that they phrase the question is that we're seeing na gusto ng mga kababayan natin, and eto nga yung interesting dito, it's not only those who are saying na guilty si VP Sara. Kahit yung mga nagsasabi na unsure, o kaya naman yung iba naniniwala walang sala or dapat i-acquit si VP Sara, they want this trial to happen because they want to see the evidence, and they want to see also VP's defense. So it's really just the best course
Fair
of
name.
action,
It's just
diba?
a fair name, yeah.
Yes, diba? And then SWS, I think that's the most recent, no? May first week sa kanila, showing naman 88%. So there's really very close. These are all independently done national representative survey. So it's just between 8 to 9 out of 10 Filipinos saying that they want the impeachment trial to happen. And my reading is that the senators are feeling this, no? They are they know they know the public opinion, no? To begin with, alam natin yung mga senators natin ay very sensitive yan sa public opinion kasi 'di ba, mga little presidents and or you can say presidents and vice presidents in waiting, 'di ba? So then they're very sensitive to what the public is thinking right now. So they know that ito na yung laman ng isipan ng ating mga kababayan, and I was just lahat tayo na nakikinig kanina sa Senado, no, at sa plenaryo ng Senado, and I think ngayon nga na-force na sila na okay, let's do the oath of the SP first, and then the following day the oath of the senators, and then the next day after we convene as impeachment court. But that's already a big win, and that's already a big manifestation na nararamdaman nila yung pressure from the public, not to mention ang daming mga lumabas na statements, di ba? Parang buhay na buhay ata yung ating civil society na naman. Kasi kung wala yung ganon, kung hindi nila nafe-feel yung pressure ng public opinion, 'di ba? A week ago, ano ang kanilang mga sinasabi? Parang no trial scenario ang binibenta nila sa taong bayan, 'di ba? Not just the senator, but
Ang tawag ko dyan, impeachment tokang impeachment. Oo.
tinukhang pati impeachment, 'di ba? But literally that was really the attempt, 'di ba? Parang may trial balloon eh. Alam mo naman ganun talaga in Philippine politics, may testing the waters, may dismissal resolution na someone has seen it, yung iba naman hindi ko pa nakita, no? So they're trying the public eh. Pero what they saw is that despite these different attempts, walang nagbabago doon sa public opinion. I think the public opinion here, hindi to bolang kristal, medyo madaling basahin ito na they want the impeachment trial to happen for both sides, no? And this is what I clarify as well, for both sides. They want VP Sara's opportunity to answer the allegations against her, but also to listen to the charges, di ba, that are being made against her by the House. Kasi ang dami din ng mga district representatives at party list representatives na pumirma. Hindi ganun kadali kumuha ng ganun karaming members of the House to sign an impeachment complaint.
Before going back to Dean Gary, because I wanted to also ask about more about the fact that even yung mga centrist or even Duterte-friendly senators recently came out and said na talagang constitutional duty nila. In fact, I had some discussion with the good Senator JV, right? Hanggang 1 a.m. nagre-replyan kami sa Facebook eh. It was very interesting for even folks who are seen as definitely not anti-Duterte coming out and saying, obligasyon natin ito. Kahit iba yung dapat priorities natin, obligasyon natin to. But before going there, Cliff, I want to ask you again dito sa survey na to, how, again, dissonance is the most, easiest thing prosaic thing that comes to my mind. Like, how can you, in theory, harmonize the idea of 8 to 9% of Filipinos wanting impeachment, trial, not conviction, but just trial, and then Duterte's enjoying 50%, 60%, whatever trust rating? The reason I ask that is because the narrative of the Duterte side is that they're a victim of witch hunt. So how can you trust someone who's a victim of witch hunt and at the same time be okay with them facing a trial that they say is a witch hunt? Do you get what I'm saying? So actually, this is a next level dissonance. Because the otherwise, it's very easy, right? Love namin siya kaya gusto namin ng trial eh. Pero ang problema, sinasabi ng Duterte camp, yung trial to begin with is a witch hunt. I think the one senatorial candidate, and senator-elect, sorry, Mark Oleta, I think was very clear also about this. Na they questioned the very legitimacy of the trial. So how can you make sense out of that seeming dissonance?
Right, no? I think tama ka, Richard. Yung una, parang madaling explain, no? Naniniwala sila, inosente si Inday Sara, at alam mo naman, paborito ng ating mga kaibigan dyan sa kampong yan na kung wala kang mali, di wag ka matakot, di ba? So then, that might be the feeling of the supporters as well, no? Pero ako din, ang iniisip ko ay, maaaring ito lumalabas na ito yung limits din ng persuasion ng mga Duterte personalities na hindi sa lahat ng panahon kaya nilang kumbinsihin fully yung kanilang mga taga-suporta mismo. Kasi kung 80, kung 78% yung Okta yung pinaka mababa, and then sa amin pinakamataas 90. So let's say, di ba, may mga errors yan. So between there, it just means na merong Duterte supporters na despite the appeal of the mga Duterte allied personalities, 'di ba? Kanilang mga senador, kanilang mga leader, tingin nila maganda pa ding magkaroon ng impeachment trial. No? So I think hindi mo talaga din mamamaliit na kahit pa for many reasons ay nadi-divide tayo on partisan lines na ako maka-Duterte ako maka-opposition ako o kung ano. Paminsan-minsan ito yung mga tinatawag natin na parang sa political theory yung mga mga constituent moment. Maaaring nag-rise to the challenge yung ating mga kababayan na nare-recognize nila that this is a genuine moment na okay, isasantabi ko, 'di ba? O kaya naman ay okay, mahal ko si Inday Sara pero tingin ko mahalaga na mangyari yung impeachment dahil malinaw yung pangangailangan ng proseso sa saligang batas. So tingin ko gano'n na may limits yung kanilang convincing powers, not to mention na
Or conditional support. I think basically your argument is that conditional support ang karamihan dun sa supposed trust base ng mga Dutertes.
kasi remember ito yung mahalaga din nating i-point out, no? And then pinag-usapan natin to nung nakaraan sa interview natin, Richard, na hindi minsan din na baka minsan nalilito tayo na yung parang ino-overemphasize natin yung kakayahan ng mga Duterte to mobilize people politically, di ba? But sometimes that's overstated kasi bakit sa local elections natatalo lahat ng ine-endorso ni VP Sara, di ba? Bakit hirap na
Dalawa
hirap?
naman daw na.
Di ba? Parang, so ibig sabihin hindi din simple yung story na kung sinong ihain nila sa mamamayan, kukunin, 'di ba? Parang may may konting limits din yung kanilang makakayahan. And I think reflective yun dito. And not to mention ano pa yan, iba pa yan, si Inday ba nagsalita, si Tatay Digong ba, si Senator Bongo ba, Senator Bato
Differential
ba,
yung authority.
may mga
Differential
iba pa
authority.
yan. no? So I think baka yun yung nakikita natin.
I want to ask also Dean on this. So Dean, before I
Yeah.
go to the next question of what do you think of Sherwin Gatchalian, who was among the top donors to Sarah's campaign, at least this is official. JV coming out saying that dapat. So when you have the centrist senators coming out, it says something, right? But before that, what is also your read of this? Basically, conditional yung support base ng mga Dutertes once you go beyond the core base, maybe 10 to 15%. Once you go beyond that, is that how you make sense of the seeming dissonance in surveys?
Well, meron tayong kakalimutan eh. I don't know kung we remember yung press con ni VP Sara sa The Hague. Ang sinasabi niya doon ay handa siyang harapin ang impeachment. Pero parang hindi ata ito lumulutang ngayon. So baka dapat ito yung idiin natin sa mga
Hindi ito yung
supporter
blood
niya.
bag? Hindi ito yung blood bag.
Precisely, di ba? Pinalawag pa ngayon yung blood path daw on her term, hindi na yung blood path ng pagkakaintindi natin. So whatever that is, but the point is she clearly stressed the fact that she is ready to face the impeachment trial. So therefore, dapat makumbinse yung kanyang mga supporter in the first place. Nanda siya, but parang wala tayong masyadong discussion dito. Baka dapat i-remind natin teka, ba't kayo aangal na i-dismiss yan? Baka i-remind natin halimbawa si the good Senator Robin Padilla and the good Senator Bato de la Rosa that in fact it came from the mouth of our great Vice President Sara Duterte that she is very much ready to face the impeachment court. So, anong dahilan para hindi natin sundin? Kung talagang mahal natin si VP Sara, dapat sumunod tayo sa kanyang kagustuhan. Tama ba? Na
Din,
talagang simulan. So, ang
medyo
kanyang
yes
impeachment
ka na
court.
ngayon, the good senator, the great VP, the
Well,
amazing
that's why
mother.
sinasabi ko kasi, di ba, importante na i-remind natin ang mga supporter nila. At tayo naman kasi, ang position naman natin, we follow the rule of law, we follow what is mentioned in the Constitution, that the time is now. So I think nakikinig si VP Sara sa sinasabi natin. Hindi ko lang alam yung mga supporter niya. So baka yun ang may dissonance doon eh. Di ba? So iba yung sinasabi ng kanilang nung leader ngayon ng mga Duterte sa mga ginagawa ng kanyang mga supporter, no? Even at the Senate level. At ako lang, gusto ko lang din i-interject yung impeachment kasi, lagi natin sinasabi, I think I said that in one of your programs, na impeachment is a political education session. Alam mo, ngayon, first time, kasi na-impeach kasi natin yung presidente, tapos yung chief justice. Now, it's first time na ang na-impeach ay yung vice president. Hindi ako abogado pero gusto kong malaman, uupo ba ang Chief Justice sa impeachment court kung VP lang ang lilitisin natin, no? So, I don't know. So, these are the things that we need to know and to learn. That's why it's very important that this trial must proceed now so that it will give a lot of opportunity for us to give a fair chance to the VP to address all the accusations, all the articles of impeachment levied against her. In the same time, also give the opportunity to the prosecutors, to the House of Senate prosecutors to further pound for pound discuss their case against a VP Sara. And so people let me know what are really matters most in this impeachment process. So, hindi pwedeng i-dismiss bigla Kasi parang aatin ka ng isang class, halimbawa sa Pol Sci 11, kasi sasabihin mo ay yung estudyante ay hindi na makakapasok dahil late enroll, pero nag-enroll pa rin siya. No? So hindi mo siya pwedeng dismiss kaagad. So anyway, the point is, it's very important for us to learn a lot of things that will unfold in the coming impeachment trial of VP
This
Sara.
trial is a kind of a historic exercise in democratic scrutiny, right? Basically, ganon. Like we just want, it's good for everyone, right? Sarah will have a chance, as Cleve reminded us very smartly. Bato once upon a time said, kung wala ka namang ginawang mali, dapat wala kang ikakatakot sa batas, diba? So let me uno reverse that to our good friends on the other side. But it makes me wonder kasi nung sinabi ko yan online, eto na naman tayo, may mga nagsabi, baka naman kasi guilty. But before jumping the gun, baka mabash na naman tayo. to my very respectable colleagues there, since si Dingy, puro siyang the good and the great. Ako naman to my very wonderful colleagues here, si Cleve and Dingy. Cleve, I want to go back to you and then go back again to Din also on this. How do you read the Bato Tokang impeachment move? Because my sense is it was so brazen, right, that it has actually backfired. Like politically, it's actually bad because it makes them look like takot sila with any kind of trial to begin with, right? And it doesn't look they had the 13th majority number to begin with to block this. So I'm trying to figure out what really pushed Bato to proudly say he's behind resolution. Kanina lang nakita ko, even si Robin Hood Padilla was saying he's also going for the resolution. I won't be surprised. Amy would at some point claim something along those lines. So how do you make sense out of that? Were they just playing to their crowd and then forgetting there's a bigger crowd out there?
I think I think una, you're right. I think backlash yung nakuha nila from these all attempts, no, from these trial balloons, no. So and then secondly, I really think that ano talaga to, no, trial balloons, because if you know the Dutertes and their camps, no, this is how they play politics, eh. 'Di ba, bago tumakbo si Digong, o kaya naman when Sara was rumored to be running in 2022 din, 'di ba? Meron munang dapat ba Bongo Sara, Bongo Digong, 'di ba? Mahilig sila sa ganito, eh, right? Because they're very
I think thirst trap yung technical term, no?
They're strap ba yan? Or I would also think na because they are very, 'di ba, parang populist yung politics, no? At ang trial balloon nila is that, oh, ano kaya magiging popular? Ano kaya yung, 'di ba, parang magka-catch on and then magva-viral, no? So parang ano din, no? TikTok, post-post ka, ganyan, no? And then ano kaya yung weird na magiging trending, no? So I think that's the attempt. But unfortunately, I think medyo failed yung attempt because if you will just look at plainly what the attempt was, no? Hindi talaga magfa-fly, 'di ba? Kahit nga wala masyadong I think kaya din lumipat na yung ibang mga senador. Some of the senators, I was surprised, right? Aba, nasa convince sila. Who what I think ay baka mapunta sa dismiss the impeachment trial, no? Pero I think na because there's really just no weight to that to that resolution, that even the centrists in the Senate or dun sa mga tumitingin-tingin sa kaliwat kanan nila was just forced to join the convene camp, because otherwise yung sasalihan nila completely illegal, unconstitutional, something that they know would also invite a lot of public backlash, not only now but later on, 'di ba? I mean, we know what happened to the senator judges, no, Estrada impeachment, no. But also interesting to me is that sino yung mga ginagamit sa trial balloon. So you have Senator Bato, you have most recently Senator Robin, no, na pag sinunog daw, no,
Are
hindi
you
ko alam
implying
bakit niya naisip
something?
yun.
Are you implying na ito yung mga powder keg? Ito yung mga cannon fodder? Yeah, bato
Well,
yan!
I think it's just very interesting, di ba? I mean, if this is really the game plan of those who are associated with the Duterte camp, I would imagine you would want the number one senator of the most recent election, Senator Bongo, to spearhead this kind of like negotiation with the public. But even, I mean, nag-go on and off ako sa panonood ng plenaryo, but I haven't heard
Yeah, Bongo.
Senator
Senator Bongo.
Bongo um, so far, right? So baka mamaya within the, remember also he was asked nung unang parang maaga pa, and then he said na he has no idea about this about this circulating resolution. Tas later
Bongo?
on inako ni
Deny?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He said that. He said that. Yeah.
Yeah, dininay niya.
Was
So
one of the
Shocked.
early senators, no? Being
yes,
asked.
I'm shocked that
he denied it. So
not
parang
very
isip ko
invested
din,
in protect.
either it's just a game, 'di ba, na pwedeng nag-usap-usap sila, okay, I will deny it, or pwedeng truthfully he has no idea and they know that it wouldn't fly to Senator Bongo kasi baka sasabihin sa
Or
kanila,
baka magiging masaya naman siya if ever na matuloy talaga ang trial.
yun.
Pwede,
Ikaw, Benji, kasi Sorry,
Ako,
I was
yeah.
so focused on. Last time I checked, Bam also hasn't made any statement on this. Like,
Wala pa siya. Wala pa akong nakikita si Kiko pala.
something like with
Pero
number one and two, and like,
I just want to add dun sa observation nga ni Clive na about yung trial balloon. I think what is also prominent in what the supporters of Duterte did right now is yung pagiging, the only thing that's consistent right now for them, yung kanilang inconsistencies. Di ba? Bakit? Ngayon, they are demanding for what? Due process. They are now demanding for fair trial. They are now demanding for, rule of law. So something that they did not ask, no, when the time na former President Duterte was the president. So, makikita mo maigi yung kanilang ginagawa. Mga sanay talaga sa ganyan eh. No? Sasabihin nila na ngayon ay hindi dapat i-observe natin ang due process. Diba nakulong ako, sabi ni butihing Senador Robin Hood Padilla, no? Nakulong ako, so alam ko paano ako naakusahan, etc.,
I think the
etc.
term used was
So,
ex-convict, ex-convict.
ex-convict. No, ex-convict. Yeah? So kailangan daw talaga ang due process in the first place. So, yan yung sasabi kong consistent sa kanila ang pagiging inconsistent nila sa mga bagay-bagay. At kung ito ay convenient lang sa kanila, no? And of course, for students and faculty members and professors of political science, what we are witnessing right now are, a clear a clear way, no, because of the people's concern about the impeachment. Medyo nagsusway din talaga ngayon, no, yung ating mga illustrious members of the Senate, no, if they are really ready to face and convince nga and convene the impeachment court. At mukhang tabi nga ni Clive, mukhang doon talaga ang nagiging direction ngayon, no? Lalo na nang sinimulan halimbawa nga ng UP College of Law faculty members ang paglalabas ng statement, and eventually ang daming mga organisasyon na lumabas na, no? Mga eskwelahan. Parang the last time that we saw
Sa
this,
Davao. Yeah, even the
ah,
military schools are coming out. Yeah.
and you remember when was the last time what we witnessed this? Hindi pa noon ni Digong, di ba? Kasi
Interesting.
wala tayong mga ganitong mga initiative eh. Parang panahon pa ata ni ERAP ata, if not mistaken, or ni GMA na we witnessed this, a lot of statements coming from various sectors, organizations, and the acting, and even yung SEAP, yung buong Catholic Education Association of the Philippines, the largest Catholic educators group, naglabas ng statement after what, 20 years, 18 years, ang tagal. So it's
Said
caused
it's a grave sin.
alarm
Yeah,
and
Duterte
disturbing.
said it's a grave sin if hindi matuloy yung trial yan. So, are we
Sabi niya
going
ni,
towards
yeah,
I mean, are we going towards a people power situation, Dingy? Or like potentially, could we go down a very dangerous
we
path?
have to wait and see. Kasi although maganda kanina yung mga, when I, of course, na-observe ko din kanina yung mga nag-mobilize, it's getting a good number. And of course, syempre, matagal na rin kasi tayo hindi nag-rally ng malaki yan eh. Diba? Especially nung last panahon ni President Duterte, no? Uh, hindi ganoon, walang mass mobilization masyado dahil nga very repressive, no? Competitive authoritarianism yung nangyaring panahon na yon. So it's very repressive. So calculating lahat ng mga tao. But this time around, now at least may na-restore kahit pa paano yung liberal order na
Salamat
sinasabi.
sa ating minamahal na presidente. I-mention din natin yung ating
Yeah, of course, of course. Kailangan din natin tingnan din naman yan. No? Kasi nagbago din naman talaga yung ating political economic landscape. No? So, inaalaw din talaga ngayon ang expression of thoughts nang hindi ka takot. Kahit ikinisin mo nga ang presidente, unlike before, if you remember, merong isang teacher no, na nag-post na sabi magbibigay ng pabuya once na make a threat against the president. Agad-agad yung hinuli ng NBI. No? Salamat na lang kay Attorney Dino De Leon at na-dismiss yung kaso ng teacher na yon. But nevertheless, ang sinasabi ko lang ngayon, meron talaga ngayong what we a tsunami of support coming from the people on different sectors na for the longest time ay hindi nagsasalita.
And
So, ito ibig sabihin lang naman na, uh, the VP itself, no, must have a fair chance, no, to explain herself in the impeachment court. At yun na lang ang pinakatamang paraan para magkaroon ng closure itong usapin
And
ng
I think
impeachment na ito.
yung renewed energy, enthusiasm ng ating civil society and public
Agree.
sector. I think ano yan sabi nga nila, there's nothing more empowering than success. I don't think hiwala ito na Akbayan Party List #1, Kiko Bam pumasok sa Senado. I think there's just really this fresh
Yeah,
energy
I agree.
for the longest time because this reformist constituency ay medyo nahihirapan, 'di ba, to make it electorally. Tapos biglang successful this round. I think talagang may energy kaya din tingin ko dapat talagang magdalawang isip yung mga senator judges natin. Even the Senate President, I hear from mga political circles na he has been dismissing na di naman na yan kaya ng civil society kasi nung panahon ni Digong hindi naman nila kinaya. But I would say that this is a different time and very different time because it's fresh from that electoral victory. So I don't think he should underestimate the capacity of
High
this.
energy pa yung mga tao.
Oo,
As per
malay mo, 'di ba? Malay mo. Ito nga lang ano lang they trial balloon nga lang pero ito na yung response, 'di ba? Talagang sobrang broad ng solidarity. Just imagine if they decide not to pursue with this impeachment or they do something funny in the conduct of the impeachment trial. I don't think people will take it sitting down, ha. Ito may mga bagong lakas ng loob, 'di ba? At bagong enerhiya, lalo na mga Gen Zs, millennials. If 'di ba, all the talk in, this elections is that although syempre may mga questions pa ako diyan nasa data guy, pero if that really what happened na mga kabataan natin yung nag-deliver ng ganitong surprising results, 'di ba? Then they should also fear and watch out for that same
Baka
youth.
ma-Hall of Shame sila, di ba? At
Oo,
babalikan sila sa 2028 and beyond.
exactly, 'di ba? So yun.
Cleve, you mentioned a while ago yung what happened to the senator judges back in the ERAP case. Can you refresh memory, and also what are the lessons we should learn from that? Because one reason why people power, the terminology doesn't have as much purchasing value is because okay, ano nangyayari sa atin after last time nag people power tayo, 'di ba? And then also the Corona case. While the Corona case operationally has a lot of insights on how you can make the numbers work or you can work the numbers. Again, politically over time, it didn't really age well and it didn't reflect very well on the last reformist president we had. Although, as Dean Gary correctly pointed out, under Marcos Jr., we're now seeing an interestingly permissive environment. So permissive that the vice president is openly threatening to assassinate the president and she's walking around like nothing happened, right? Like we went from Digong time when you cannot make a joke to now actually not making a joke about assassinating the president and still getting away. Like so I think there should be a reminder na just because permissive yung president, hindi maging permissive ang civil society, and this civil society after hibernation for a long time may have a second wind, right? And not to mention electorally, malakas ang DDS because of the Mindanao Solid South. But we're not in Solid South last time I checked.
I mean, yung kung tignan mo lang yung I'm looking at, meron kasi akong, alam mo na, as a data person, lagi ako may mga table dito sa desktop ko. If you just look at the immediate electoral aftermath nung kay Estrada, so to refresh everyone, di ba? Merong mga senator judges who voted to open the second envelope which supposedly contained damning evidence against President Estrada, and then yung kanyang mga allies voted against to keep it secret, not to discuss it in the impeachment trial, right? And nanalo yung mga, kumbaga ang story nanalo yung mga aliado ni ERAP kasi nanalo naman yung voted against na buksan yung envelope, right? Pero what happened is that, of course, there's EDSA people power, but aside from that, most of those who voted against opening the second envelope lost in the immediate Senate elections. And some of them actually hindi na nakabalik sa Senado. So medyo may permanent judgment din yung ating mga kababayan, Nikki Cositeng, for example, but also yung mga sina Francisco
Oreta.
di ba?
Kasi Oreta.
Yes, Tessie Aquino Oreta, JPE Enrile, Miriam Santiago na natalo noong 2001, So mga and if you will look at the track record of those who voted to examine, they were carried on, no, by sticking, no, to the rule of law during that process. So syempre best case dyan, Franklin Drilon was re-elected and also became Senate President, no, eventually during that time. Meron silang nagyakapan sila ni I'm not sure if people remember, nagyakapan sila
Pimentel.
Nene Pimentel, no? Nung si Nene Pimentel, right after natalo sila sa botohan, resigned the Senate presidency kasi he couldn't believe that the senators will just blindly follow political loyalty. So, I think the lesson here is that um may ganti yung taong
Cost,
bayan.
yeah.
They cannot
There's
just
a cost to
blindly follow.
overplaying your supposed
And
advantage.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the Duterte allied senators are also thinking about this, right? Kasi, I mean, they have to think of their own political careers as well, di ba? Kaya nga baka ayaw nilang buksan na lang yung impeachment trial because if it goes through, mafo-force sila that halimbawa, in the last survey ng WR numero din, people expect that they will vote based on the evidence. And it will be very hard for them to just say, ay, aliado ko si Inday Sara, boto ko sa kanya. Tapos ang dami nang lumabas na ebidensya. Baka may bank statements na dyan. Baka lumabas na yung money trail, di ba? Ano na yun 1 plus 1 equals 2. Mahirap na yun na puposisyon ka na ipagtatanggol mo pa din si VP Sara. If it comes to that, for example, right?
This is the last point. I want to also go back to Dean Gary. Obviously, that letter was apparently a dud, so it was really it's like a suicidal harikiri move by our good friends. How important it is also to make sure this trial is as robust as possible at hindi mangyari yung mga kalokohan na nakita natin sa mga impeachment dati.
I'm pretty sure that the camp of both camps, I think the VP Sara and the House of Prosecutors also studied and examined what happened during the past two impeachment cases, no? Yung kay Erap tsaka yung kay Corona. No? I'm pretty sure on that. No? Medyo matagal na yon. That's why I think they also try to adjust their strategies and also, try to find ways how to win yung both camps, no? Kung either yung conviction or yung acquittal, no? Yan yung mangyayari, no? Kasi dapat naman yun ang conclusion, sinasabi ko. Dahil for me, as I mentioned earlier, the impeachment process is a political education. So, therefore, importante rin talaga dito na maging maayos talaga yung paglalatag halimbawa ng mga ebidensya. Dapat mas maintindihan ng mga mamamayan kasi again, ang audience natin dito ay hindi lang naman yung mga senador. Katulad nga ng sabi ni Clive kanina, because of the recent resolution of dismissing the impeachment, talagang nag-tsunami yung opposition against this. So therefore, it's very important, no, that the prosecutors, at least now, we're very happy na pag tatawid naman to sa 20th Congress. Now we have Representative Laila De Lima at Representative Chal Jokno also will help the House Prosecution Panel, no, to ensure that this will be discussed thoroughly, no, at doon makita yung buong ebidensya, no, at doon ay maging batayan ng magiging maayos na desisyon ng ating mga central judges. That's why sana pakiusap lang din natin yung sa mga magiging senador natin na papasok ngayong 20th Congress, importante na their role as a senator is not only lawmaking, but now we're becoming a senator judge. So which means, kahit pa paano naman ay ipakita na yung impartiality. Kahit pa paano naman, medyo pakipot naman sila ng konti. At the end of the day, sana ay magdesisyon sila based dun sa ebidensya that the prosecutor team will present to them. So I think
But
that's, for me, an important.
impartiality within the framework of the trial, no? But there's no impartiality
Yeah.
on the trial itself because it's a constitutional duty, right? So sorry, I don't buy the argument ng iba na hindi dapat walang statement at all. Well, actually dapat meron because this is not a question of whether guilty or not si Sara. It's just a question of whether Senate has the constitutional duty to conduct this trial to begin with. That's not controversial supposed to be, right? That's not
Maliwanag naman dapat yan.
nga.
Maliwanag naman talaga yung pagkandak, di ba? Ng Senado kasi nasa Constitution eh. They are mandated by the Constitution to convene as an impeachment court. So, Ang concern ko lang kasi, Richard, ay hindi pa nakukonvene yung impeachment court, pero may ilang mga senador right now. At ngayon pa lang, sinasabi talaga nila na, halimbawa, sabi nga nung ating good senator na si Roy Padilla, na hindi ko naman din no, kahit siya sunugin ay makakamoy Duterte siya. No? So I don't know what smells like that. Baka
Grabe
may
ka
idea si Prof.
still sa show, no? Like,
Ano yung sabihin ng amoy Duterte? Pero baka yung survey na ginawa dyan, Clip, baka makatulong naman ay paliwanag mo sa amin ito.
pag hair follicle test, siguro pwede lang lumabas din yung DNA ni tatay. But, Kim, going back to you, Kim. Um, what are the lessons from the previous impeachments? What is the baby, what's the bathwater in your opinion? As far as accountability is concerned, questions of constitutional democracy is concerned.
Yeah, I think that was a really good lesson for us, no, for us as people and as a democracy, because what we've learned in that impeachment trial of Estrada was that you can't just bawal mo lang lutuin yung proseso, because people will be watching, and public opinion also is something that is not set in stone. It's also very malleable. It depends on what people will hear and see. Kaya nga siguro natatakot sila in doing this impeachment trial, because even though, for example, 'di ba, Estrada also started that the Filipinos were with him, no, as before the start of the impeachment trial. Pero dahil nabuksan yung mga ebidensya, nakita ng mga kababayan natin na medyo sobra ata ito. And if that happens, 'di ba, then you will see history repeats itself, no? So yun. But the main difference here is that all caps here will have the benefit of having witnessed, having seen, and having learned from the Estrada, as the case of the impeachment trial of Estrada. Kaya whether may people power ba, whether the Senate can actually hold the center, di ba, and refuse the temptations of partisanship, whether kung ano pang mga senaryo, medyo all caps will take off from the point na alam nila yung ganong nangyari dun kay Estrada. But to me, I think the most important pa din, and one that I'm very hopeful about, is the people, no? Yung civil society natin, yung ating mga estudyante, mga kabataan, no? That there's this hope that because we will be watching this every step of the way, 'di ba? Ito nga lang win na to na nanumpa na nakita ko nanumpa na si Senate President Chis Escudero. This is a hard win, di ba? But I think every step of the way, we have to be really watching them closely, putting pressure on them, no?
Yeah, the
Maglulot-
trial, right, diba? Again, Justice Carpio a while ago was saying on this show na the crux of the issue is yung bank account secrecy waiving, if ever that's relevant to establishing potential abuse or alleged abuse of power.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, what the impeachment trial is about is whether someone that we have elected in the past, no, has violated our trust, has violated the Constitution, which is the highest law of the land, and whether they are no longer fit, no, to occupy that position. And if it comes to that, then I think our senator judges and the public, I think, will be ready to make their judgment if yun na nga, no, kung dumulo na nga tayo na we find it that the vice president is no longer fit, no, and deserving, because it's always a position of privilege, no, to serve our to serve Filipinos, no, in the capacity, especially at that level, no, as the vice president.
I want to go to you also, Dean, and also ask you this thing, no, para sa akin mahalaga yan, because one counter argument we hear, and this is supposed to be the wisdom of the street, pragmatism, etc., which is na etong trial na itong mga issue na to, masyadong politika, masyadong nakaka-distract ang gusto ng tao. Wait lang, parang I heard also this from the other side. But which is like, ang tao gusto nila healthcare, gut issues, like and then yung argument na napag-iwanan na tayo dahil ganyan-ganyan. Well, I would say lalo tayo mapag-iwanan if someone can go and threaten assassination and allegedly migimangoing and piatosing national, confidential fund budget, etc. And then nothing happens. Like parang, I mean, for me, lalong hindi mag-invest ang mga foreigners dito. Like, oh, You're apparently not Banana Republic, you're a Piatos Republic, right? Like, I just want to remind you, why is this issue of accountability not a, airy, ethereal issue? This is about the very character of our political system, right? Whether we are a joke or maybe we are still an improving democracy that someday could be much more established.
Ako gusto ang respond ko diyan ay yung governance naman ay hindi about choosing one issue over the other. Governance is responding to all possible issues and concerns, no? To be able to serve its citizens, its constituencies. So yun ang governance eh. Di ba? At hindi porket pinag-uusapan natin halimbawa ang usapin ng impeachment ay we are no longer concerned about isipin for example ng healthcare, even ng ating budget. Kasi may mga nabasa kasi ako ng mga comment na parang very selective daw yung usapin ng impeachment. Halimbawa, dahil confidential fund. Eh may confidential fund naman ang lahat. Well, ang usapan naman dito ay hindi about confidential fund. Paano ginastos ang confidential fund in the first place? And it boils down to the issue of accountability again. So, if serious students and professors of governance would really realize the importance of maximizing all opportunities, observing the least, the last, at the lost, by addressing all possible issues at hand. No, hindi, so yan dapat ang maging maliwanag dito na at and to some extent, halimbawa, yung impeachment trial na yan, yung impeachment case na yan, sabi mo nga kanina, kung yan ito haharapin, hindi ito magiging Banana Republic, magiging Piatos at kung ano-anong mga Chichirya Republic na tayo. Chichirya Republic na tayo, Richard. So,
Fourth world.
mas yun ang nakakatakot. To? Kasi in the first place, saan ka nakakita ng Vice President nag-threat sa sitting President at sa kanyang at sa First Lady? Yun na lang. No? So, wala pa akong nakikitang Vice President na gawa. No? Parang iniisip ko, pwede bang gawin yan sa Amerika? Pwede bang gawin yan sa Russia? No? I don't think so. So, again,
Definitely not. Like, you will
diba?
disappear.
Pwede mo gawin, pero I don't know kung saan mo pulutin.
Like, there's no freedom after speech. Yun na yata yung system sa Russia. Freedom
Si
after.
J.D. Vance ba, pero sabihin yan kay Trump, no, I'll kick you out. Your big, beautiful
Big,
adjectives that you have. So, yun, nakakatawa sa atin yun kapag hindi natin ito hinarap.
yeah.
Okay.
Fourth world. Hindi na fourth world ang sistema natin. Last point, Cleve and Dean Gary, before we wrap up this. Again, I want to go back to this team. I know I ruffled some feathers when I said this, but so be it. How important it is for social scientists and survey agencies to do it also right, because we can actually, diba, Cliff, we can survey anything, diba? Like, do you like Miggy Mango more than, Piatos? Kung may pera ka, you can make any survey, right? Do you think in a situation of, I call it the decade of impunity of Dutertismo, right? This is because since 2015, we have been going downhill, right? In terms of impunity. Like, we were bad, but it got really ugly, right? I'm just being clear. It's not like we were heaven. I don't buy the trouble in paradise theory of our Dilawan friends, but I definitely agree that we went really downhill. So, how important it is, from your side, for instance, what is the duty of survey agencies within a democratic context, right? I know it's a business, it's expensive to do surveys, yes, but what kind of questions should survey agencies ask that does not reinforce impunity, that does not reinforce basically this stock market style, who's up, who's down, who's loved, who's not, that's irrelevant to questions of accountability, because the worst people could be the most loved. I mean, do I need to go through the whole list of bad people being very popular, right? We don't even need to go Saddam or level. So, where do you come from, Cleve? What is an engaged and publicly responsible social scientist or survey agency in our era of impunity?
Yeah, I think first, it's very important that we recognize that that's the situation we are now, right? That anything and everything can be weaponized, and therefore anything and everything that has something to do with the public, whether us as pooling organizations or halimbawa mga kasama natin sa media or even mga academics, di ba, has to be very reflexive and has to be really careful para hindi ano no you don't do something that has this unintended consequence na it will be weaponized against our democracy.
Predictable unintended consequences. I call it
Or
predictable. Like, alam mo na.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, pwede din no na sometimes naman predictable. So I would respond to this question by saying that okay, first you recognize the situation, and second, unfortunately, this is lalo na kami sa WR Numero, we're quite young, no? So then we haven't been in this place before, right? So we are also continuously learning how do we approach this. But of course, in learning, then you have to be, really in touch with the situation, 'di ba? So dapat medyo binabantayan mo din. So like what you've said, no? Dapat ba gawin nating like or dislike issue tong impeachment, 'di ba? Parang that's not going to be kasi at the end of the day, if polling organizations are saying that we are here because we are vital to the practice of Philippine democracy, then demonstrate, then show what it means to be vital to Philippine democracy rather than baka nagko-contribute ka pa to dismantling it, right? So wag dislike and dislike kasi yun nga kung populist yung leaders, 'di ba? Parang of course well loved, 'di ba? So you have to innovate yung mga questions. So we're happy na halimbawa nga na
What do you think about yung mga surveys na love? Naalala mo, there were those surveys, how much do you love Digong? How caring is Digong? How, like, yung mga love survey, anong tingin mo dyan?
Meron akong favorite na survey film Binabagit ko lagi kay Clive. Sabi ko,
love.
sponsor ako ng debate sa kanila. Yung survey film na yon, baka pwedeng mag-present ng kanilang methodology. No, Clive, no? Naalala mo yon? Yung RP Development Mission ba yun?
Ay, pinangalanan.
Ayun kasi, nag-blind item na nga tayo ng konti.
Gusto ko lang kasi malaman ka ng methodology, no? Baka,
love.
extending my invitation sa kanila. I can sponsor a forum para maintindihan yung kanilang methodology. Di ba? So, it's a learning process then on my end. So, and for our students in diplomacy and governance, importante yan.
Yeah, so halimbawa itong 'di ba kung paparating na tong impeachment trial, ako sasabihin ko na dapat dumating to, wala na dapat no trial scenario. 'Di ba, kailangan carefully talaga pag-isipan kasi baka maumpisa yung mga tanong natin other than baka prejudicial kasi nga ongoing yung trial, 'di ba? Baka hindi din helpful. Ito yung binanggit ko last time then when we were in an interview with you, Richard, na I think kaya ng mga survey organizations na maging deliberative in this impeachment trial. Ibig sabihin, anong mga klaseng tanong yung itatanong mo sa mga kababayan natin para matulungan din silang mag-isip about sa anong pagtingin nila sa usapin na inihahain laban kay VP Sara. Right?
So springboard for critical thinking, basically.
Yes. Parang ang idea naman ng deliberation is that tinatry mong magbigay ng triggers, nudges, 'di ba? Para they can be more informed and more critical in their decision making. So, maaring gano'n, 'di ba, na rather than tanungin mo lang, naniniwala ka bang may sala o hindi may sala, baka dapat talaga the framing of the question involves sa nakaraang parang tumakbong trial, ito yung mga pinakitang ebidensya, 'di ba? May chichirya gang, 'di ba? May chichirya gang sa 'di ba? Tapos merong ganitong nawawalang pera at iba pa. Ito ba ay tama? Hindi. Ano bang, 'di ba? Parang o baka nga yung ito ba tama? Mali 'yun kasi baka tama bang pag nakawan yung taong bayan? Syempre mali 'yun, 'di ba? So kailangan talagang i-workshop ng sobra yung question. So I think challenge 'yan kaya at the end of the day, no, kailangan nating bantayan yun nga isa't isa din, di ba? I think yun din naman yung ginagawa ng mga kasama natin. So bawal din medyo onion skin in this business and industry, no? Kasi you have public roles as well.
I mean, Dean, right? That's why I don't use Human Development Index that much anymore. 'Cause I learned the lesson. Like talagang anything can be weaponized these days. Even my great analysis, wonderful analysis, beautiful analysis. Then,
Ah,
since you have
yeah.
more range of adjectives than our favorite president on the other side of the ocean, what do you think is the duty of social scientists and public thinkers in this area?
Well, at this juncture, medyo yung disiplina ko kasi medyo lumayo na ako sa political science eh. Napunta ako sa public ad talaga. Medyo matagal-tagal na eh. That's why I try to recall my readings and journals in political science. Are we entering a new phase of democratic transition? Yun siguro yung mga gusto kong tingnan eh. Demokrasya, ngayon, lalo na itong impeachment trial na nangyari sa panahon ng ni President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. at ang in-impeach ay si Vice President Sara Duterte. Interesting to note what will happen to our democratic institutions. Are we siguro tanong ko rin to sa mga political scientists natin, no? I don't want to because I'm really use my hat as political science. I'm more of a public governance specialist right now. But I'm interested to understand further the role of politics. You talk about politics, you talk about power right now, and how this will reshape our democracy and even the institutions within our democratic framework. So, yun yung importanteng gusto ko rin maintindihan, no, sa ating mga political scientists. At kami, sa governance level naman, syempre, I mean, we should be vanguard of good governance. So therefore, talagang dapat nagkakaisa kami dito sa issue ng accountability as one of the tenets of good governance, di ba? So again, from our discipline, from our end, are we also taking note, for example, that democracy also will play in public administration? Kasi sa political science, yan yung mga hindi masyadong pinag-uusapan eh. You talk about good governance and efficiency, pero wala ka namang democratic regime. Meron kasing, kaya nga I advocate na, hindi, when you talk about good governance and democracy, dapat ang public at din, pinag-uusapan anong klase ng demokrasya meron tayo. Hindi lang simpleng efficient ang iyong public service, pero at the end of the day, authoritarian rule ka rin naman. So, nasan ang democratic ideals on that matter? So, these are the things that I would love to learn in this impeachment trial and leave.
Um, pahabol ko lang, since we have a president, like, if the president were watching us now,
Ang daming pahabol ah.
like,
Already dinner ha, galing pa ako sa Singapore.
naman natin na may president tayo, like, if you're BBM right now, right, what should you do? I mean, obviously it makes sense for BBM to say, checks and balances, separation of powers, okay, blah, 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 but I think the president should be also aware that there's this narrative by the Duterte side na he's a lame duck president, which doesn't make sense at all. Since last time I checked, the Congress, 283 votes for Martin Romualdez, all governors basically with exception of Cebu maybe, but I expect even the Duterte-aligned LGU leaders eventually will have to play ball because that's how it works in our national government, local government dynamics. He's not lame duck. I mean, he may not have as high a trust rating because, well, he lost basically the whole Duterte base. But there's still a lot of room for BBM, right? To also help to make the Philippines a better place. Soon we will have an ombudsman. Soon we'll have a new ombudsman, right? He has already purged a lot of DDS holdovers. What else can BBM do to help make the Philippines a more accountable democracy? I know it sounds very like a Ferdinand Marcos deepening our democracy, but it is what it is. We are in interesting times, Cleve.
I think we live in interesting times and I think we've seen stranger and stranger things, but parang yan yung tema. Kaya I think we make do with the political opportunities that we have, no? I think there's a lot that the president can still do on the areas of accountability, human rights and justice, for instance, no? Halimbawa, nandiyan na sina ML Party List new representative Lele de Lima, meron na silang mga proposal dyan. So sana naman ay i-carry on din ng administrasyon, 'di ba? Halimbawa yung papaano natin ngayon at sama-sama na pagtutulong-tulungan na intindihin yung mga survivors ng war on drugs, 'di ba? At may bukas pa ding na usapin na papaano ngayon yung may kailangan bang national truth-telling process or national reconciliation process, no? Sa yan, isa sa politika. Sa ekonomiya din, maganda halimbawa na may movement doon sa minimum wage doon sa House, 'di ba? Kagaya nga lang lagi nating napag-uusapan, I think ano din kailangan din maging bold, no? Kung sino man, pero ngayon nasa kapangyarihan si President Marcos at para patunay na hindi pa siya talaga lame duck president, no? There's still a lot of bold economic agenda that can be, delivered at nag-iintay pa din yung ating mga kababayan dyan. Not only on like minimum wage, 'di ba? Pero may mga iba't iba pang mga usapin. Some of it, ano na na the usual na. Pero pabalik ako and iko-connect ko syempre sa impeachment, no. 'Yun, marami akong hiling sa pangulo that I think that this will be this is iiwan ko na kay Attorney Dino at atis mga kasama sa legal profession yung pagdi-discuss sa trial bilang isang legal na proseso. This is also a very political process.
Right.
So I think that it will be very important for his voice as well to be added and for his allies' voice to be added to this particular process, no? Not naman din to for Malacanang to apply pressure, no, na illegal or unconstitutional, no? But I think also used kasi at the end of the day, the most important power of the president, 'di ba? Lagi ko itong sinasabi din sa Philippine politics students ko. The most important power of the president is the power to persuade, no?
Signaling
And I
power, I
think
think Ronnie Holmes, our good friend, would say. Signaling power, yeah.
so he still has a lot to contribute in that regard.
Much.
Yeah.
Din G?
Okay na ako. Okay na.
Okay. On that note, bago nagja-jet lag yung kaibigan natin, thank you so much din Gary Dionithio, I'm Espanol, Dionithio, Mudelgadev, for that very informative discussion. And thank you, Cleve, for sharing your time away from your very busy Parisian schedule. I really, really appreciate that. So sana tuloy-tuloy lang itong conversation na to. And kay minamahal natin ng Pangulo, sana naman makinig tayo. Baka naman. On that note, thank you so much and talk to you soon. God bless po, guys. Talk to you soon.